Are the recent changes to the enchantment system good or bad? Let's find out. Roll it.
How dare you interrupt me? Slaves, mortals, and bring their skulls to my town.
And welcome back. Time to get my hands dirty and step once more into the fray.
Once more into the fray, into the last good fight I'll ever know. Live and die on this day.
So as I was saying before I interrupted myself, it's time I created some of my own videos as my twisted yet honest opinion on this new change. But before we do that, if you're a noob here, if you're new here, I wouldn't mind if you sub to my channel for free. It may be possibly like my video. Kinda sorta helps me out. And no, I don't suffer from insanity. I enjoy every minute of it.
Told you I was crazy.
So, I've been hearing a lot of different opinions when it comes to this new enchantment change. Some people are so optimistic that if they fell off a skyscraper, halfway down they would be screaming so far so good. And some are so pessimistic that they literally think that the sky is falling.
Run for your lives! Everyone run for cover! The sky is falling! The sky is falling!
The sky is falling!
Are you crazy?
Well, to be honest, the truth lies somewhere in between both of those points of view. But sadly, as always, people don't want to see things logically, and rather hate too blindly or love too easily. So, here's where I come in, the hero of the story.
And then a hero comes along.
I'm not kidding, so if you're laughing or smiling at me, don't. Because if you put me in a movie and make me the hero, I'll kick Arnold Schwarzenegger's ass all over the place.
No shit.
Believe it. Time for me to give you window lickers and mouse breathers some assistance and put my $1 bill in the stripper's panties so we can get to the bottom of this. Get it? Yeah, I know, I'm that good. And yes, I'm cheap. I only have $1 bills just like Cryptic.
Come on, bro.
And I also put the pro in procrastinating. Let's begin. Before these changes came into play, we could use a total of 20 enchantments. 22 if you counted the overloads, but we are not that stupid to count those. We also won't count the armor or weapon enchantments just yet. Let's stick with the offensive, defensive, and utility enchantments and see where this takes us. So from a DPS's perspective, we had 9 offensive, 5 utility, and 4 defensive enchants. And I'm making sure you know it's from a DPS's perspective, because the number of offensive and defensive slots can change based on your role, if that wasn't obvious already. So that's a total of 18 enchantments that we had on our character's gear/character screen. So let me show you visually what the enchantments gave us pre-change. And I will be using the stats of the single and double statted enchants as our example, and not the assassin's enchantment. I will kick the assassin's can further down the road and get to it later if at all. And for the utility, I also won't be using percentages, just pure stats like the 300 from Forte. It makes more sense math-wise. So pre-module 22, stats-wise on a single rank 15 maxed out double or single statted enchantment, we gain 200 item level per, 180 combat rating, and 300 stats on either defensive, offensive, or utility. It doesn't really matter. So 18 enchantments times 200 item level equals 3,600 total item level combined. Then 18 times 180 combined rating equals 3,240 combined rating combined. Then we have 18 times 300 stats equals 5,400 stats combined. I'll just leave those stats on the screen so you can see them right here on the left. After the changes though, which is when module 22 went live, we had to trade in all our rank 15s to receive and return a blue rank 2 enchantment, but you had to trade in 3 rank 15 enchantments for just that one blue enchantment. So initially your first thought would be, holy fuck, what is happening right now? I'm being ripped off and anal pummeled. I know some of you like that. But let's not kid ourselves here. So why am I trading 3 rank 15s for only 1 measly rank 2 blue enchantment? Well, let me show you why. And keep looking at the left side of your screen so you can compare. Don't go turning your PC into mush just yet. So 1 blue rank 2 enchantment grants you 600 item level, 540 combined rating, and 900 stats. If you haven't noticed already, that is the exact same amount that 3 rank 15 enchantments gave you pre-change, right? 200 item level times 3 equals 600, 180 combined rating times 3 equals 540, and 300 stats times 3 equals 900 stats. So from that aspect alone, you were never ripped off. You got back what you gave as far as rank 15s go. The only situation where you were slightly ripped off stats-wise was if you were using the Assassin's Enchantment, because that sucker gave you 480 stats, not 300. So you would lose some stats for sure, but nothing game-breaking, let's not kid ourselves. Now let's dive a bit deeper into this. So pre-module 22 we had 18 enchantments, and remember I'm not including the armor and the weapon enchantments, so don't go busting my huge hairy balls in the comments.
Get some nice set of big hairy balls.
In the new module after the change we can only use 9 enchantments, 4 offensive, 4 defensive, and only 1 utility, which makes 9. And if you notice, that is exactly half of 18. I bet you think 9 is less, don't you? And you'd be right. As a number, it is less. But in this case, it's actually more. A lot more. Let me explain. If we traded in all 18 of our enchantments for rank 2 blue enchantments, how many rank 2s would we get in return? 18 divided by 3 equals 6, or 6 times 3 equals 18. So in total, that's 6 rank 2 enchantments. And if you took those and then compared them to the pre-change of 18 enchantments, 6 of those suckers look like this. 3,600 item level, 3,240 combat rating, and 5,400 stats. So exactly the same as pre-change. And that's only with the 6 blue slots, but we have 3 more extra blue slots here to fill. So we need 9 more rank 15 enchantments to max out. So that's 3 times 9 equals 27. 27 rank 15 enchantments. But in reality, after the change, the new module gives us more, but of course not for free. You're trading in your stuff to get the new stuff. Now keep looking at the left side stats pre-mod 22. Now let's look at the blue on the right with all 9 slots filled. That's 5,400 item level, 4,860 combined rating, and 8,100 stats. So as you can see, you actually get more in the new system. Now let's look at the maxed out versions. And remember, the left side is always pre-module 22. But post-module 22, each enchantment gives you 1,500 item level, 1,350 combined rating, and 2,250 stats. If you add all 9 enchantments together, that's 13,500 item level, 12,150 combined rating, and 20,250 stats. That's 9,900 more item level than before, 8,910 more combined rating, and 14,840 more stats. And that's not including 5,000 more item level from the combat enchantment and the 1,500 item level from the companion enhancement. Now that you have all the numbers and comparisons, let's get into the cost. A rank 2 blue enchantment is not a maxed out enchantment. You have to upgrade that rank 2 3 more times to get it to the maxed out level. The only efficient way to level those up, to my knowledge, is using a mythic moat, which gives you a 100% chance to upgrade. So if you don't already have moats stacked or saved, you'll need 27 moats just for your offensive, defensive, and utility enchants to max them out. Then you will need an additional 3 moats for your bonus, then 1 moat for your combat and 1 for your companion enhancement. So basically that's 32 mythic moats to max yourself out enchantment wise. So we literally got 3 more levels thrown at us all at once. And just to make that more understandable, that means if this was pre-module 22, we would have rank 18 enchantments, not rank 15. That's simple. 3 levels up. So the question is 16,400 more item level, 8,910 more combined rating, and 14,850 more stats than you had before worth the cost? Current prices on PC for moats are anywhere between 1.3 and 1.9 million. Let's take it in the middle and just say it's 1.6. 1.6 times 32 is 51 million astral diamonds. The answer to if this change is worth it or not comes down to a few factors. 1. Do you have astral diamonds period? And a lot of it. 2. Did you already have moats stacked up pre-change? 3. Do you play alternate characters? And 4. Do you even have time to grind this all out? Because from a trading standpoint, as far as rank 15s go, you didn't lose what you had. You actually got what you had back. The thing that is angering people is the cost to upgrade further, and understandably so. If you're only making 100,000 astral diamonds per day due to a ridiculously low AD cap and limited amount of time you might have, for those players, I can see why this change sucks. Because you were maxed out, and now you are not, because you got 3 extra levels of enchantments thrown at you, and you have to get back to maxed out, or want to be, which means you have to make more astral diamonds, and then level up, which means more grind, etc. But where this change is amazing is if you have the moats or play alternate characters, because you can claim maxed out enchantments on all of your alternate characters for free. You don't have to make separate enchantments for 1, 2, or even 8 of your alts if you're crazy enough to play all classes. You don't even have to swap them anymore. You just claim them for free in the claims agent. So in that regard, this change has a shit ton of value whether you see it or not. But hopefully now after this video, you do see it. But on the flip side, if you don't play alternate characters, then this change is more of a hassle and a pain in the ass. It's all about perspective. It's that simple. Does this change benefit you as a player? If it does, then it's an amazing change. If it doesn't, then fuck this game. I'm uninstalling it and installing Pac-Man. There is nothing wrong, or at least horribly wrong, with this change as a whole. There are mistakes and flaws, but overall it's a good change with some bad sprinkled on top of it. I personally hate the cost of upgrading, how much refinement it uses up, and how useless Prez words have become. I might as well take those Prez words and stick them so far up my ass that I upgrade my kidneys.
How dare you?
I also dislike the oversimplifying in general. Less makes it easier on the surface, but is easier better overall? Personally, I'm old school. I preferred the 3 Paragon paths and a shit ton of feats and boons. I liked recovery and lifesteal and all the complexity of it. It was more diverse back then. Now diversity is kind of an issue, and the problems with changes like this is it welcomes cookie cutter copy paste builds a lot easier than before. I mean, come on, let's be real. If you had 5 choices to make before the change and now you only have 2, which is easier? Also, 50 million is a lot of Astral Diamonds. Even so, for people who play alternate characters, this value is insanely good. For non-alternate players, the cost is more significant and pisses people off. This isn't a flawless change because there are good and bad to it. Mostly good in my opinion, let's say 60-40 percentage-wise. And it's my percentage, so please respect it. And I promise on my end, I won't knock how people feel. Because how you feel about the change depends on your resources in-game and time-wise. Like I said before, it depends on your point of view alone. And your point of view is the only one that matters for you. Bottom line, the change happened. So we need to settle down and enjoy our bug-infested Neverwinter and move on. So in the end, my opinion is it's 60% good, 40% bad. There's good and bad to both sides of it, and it just depends what side of the fence you're on. But either way, we can't do nothing about it now. We just have to keep pushing forward. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. All opinions will be heard as usual. Okay, I really have to go because I'm starting to get mouth cramps from all this talking, and no, it's not from sucking you dirty, dirty asshats. Galactic here. Peace out. Stay safe.
Valindra ends here. I swear it.